Hey guys, and welcome to Monster Hunter World. We're going to try this once again. I just was trying to stream my first episode, and for some reason, my internet is not handling the stream well, so we're going to try this again. I'm going to recreate another character, um, and see if I can get it to start from this beginning, because I don't want you guys to miss out on any content. So, we're going to try this again. I'm going to delete Frank here. And we'll try it again. We are going to remake Frank, but just in case anyone was wondering, this is my my personal file. This is the one that I was streaming a couple of days after the game came out, or right as the game came out. I'm not sure when it was exactly. As you can see, she's using an insect glaive right now. I'm currently on this character wearing final boss armor, and my Palico is wearing Kieran armor, which if any of you have played Monster Hunter before, you might recognize the Kieran as the unicorn elder dragon that you fight. So that's that character, but we're not worried about that character. We're going to make our own and begin a new adventure. And hopefully my internet will hold up, and if it cuts out again, I probably will end up deleting the video again and waiting until my internet is fixed, or until I can figure out how to actually record videos without having to stream them, because as of right now I don't have the capability of doing so. So I apologize that it's not working out today. I'm not sure why it's not working out. My internet's been working fine all day, and then I went to stream, and I'm now having issues. So, happy joy on that. And I will be trying to stay quiet during the dialogue and cutscenes so that you guys can hear everything as well.
Sisters and brothers of the Fifth Fleet, it's time. I'll keep my farewell brief. Never was much with words. Once you board this ship, there's no turning back. The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the new world. If any of you have lost your nerve, then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Did you hear? We're almost there. You ready to grab this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. Feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What? No way! So are we! Hey, tell us your name.
Alright, so we are going back and making Frank, so let's get up the preset here, and then change the hairstyle back, change the color, go on black. Alright, and then facial hair, keeping it the same, changing the color to black. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Changing the color to the deep red crimson, and then changing the brightness. Or no, it wasn't brightness. It was transparency. See, I've already done forgot. Take the transparency away, and then we want there we go. Lower brightness, deeper saturation. And then for the second one, we want the same color with a little less on the brightness. And there. Okay. It says makeup, but that's honestly, they're supposed to be scars. So there you go. Oh, I didn't even look at voices. So weird hearing that. I think we went with leather armor, did we? Didn't we? Yeah, we went with leather armor. And I think that was it. Alright, so now that Frank is remade, now we gotta remake Ziggy. I'll probably change the way that, do that. Yeah. And then, where are the eyes? Nope, that's ears. I want eyes. And then we want slightly two different colors. For this. I'd really like turn the saturation and the brightness all the way up. And then we'll choose a color from there. Do we go blue or do we go purple? I like that. Alright, it wouldn't be Ziggy if he didn't have his zigzag tail. Okay. We'll go with type 3. Oh, that's adorable. Alright, Ziggy. Alright, here we go. Let's hope this time it works.
So, how about a toast?
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason. After running the Research Commission for 40-odd years, the Guild's itching for an answer. They say the Fifth Fleet's got the best shot at cracking this case, and I agree.
Keep it down. Hey, speaking of, A-listers usually operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
Listen to that. Rough out there. Waves are picking up. That's gotta mean landfall. You're on the A-list, right? Huh. Meowdy-do. I'm not psychic, but I do have pretty good ears. Ah, put her there. I happen to be an A-lister myself. Whoa! Hello? Anybody there?
I'm on my way. My goodness.
Oh, hey, it's you! Look what happened to the ship! We have to do something! It's not safe here! This way! We need to get out of here! I've got an idea! This way!
Whoa!
Watch yourself!
Gotta watch out for the falling rocks.
Hurry!
I'm working on it.
Oh, wow, wyverns. Ugh. I think my first encounter with them filled with so much packing. Shoo! Shoo! This
Pretty sure I beat you up here. How are you in front of me now?
we're on! I knew it! Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing! Come on, let's go! Get a good running start, then jump!
And leap of faith. I do want to apologize in advance to you guys. It might be possible that my dogs will bark in the background. I don't really have a soundproof area to be recording in, so you might hear them bark occasionally, and I do apologize for that.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp. I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least. Looks like we're right around here. The Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way. Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going. According to the map, to get to HQ, we need to... I had the scout flies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me. Okay, easy there. Don't pick a fight if you don't have a weapon. You need to hide. Come on, this way. Hurry! Quietly.
Okay, time to move on.
Okay, coast is clear. Let's get going while we still can. Nothing can stop us.
Of course, she would climb down, and I just jumped right off.
What is this track? There's more over there. Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, get past the fighting monsters. Because that sounds like a brilliant idea.
Hey,
You alright?
let's go.
Okay.
Da 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 da! First part of the tutorial done. Well, technically second, I guess, if you think about the fact that we were on top of a monster to begin with.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a Astera right here.
Astera. I like it.
The rest of the Fifth are already here. You're the last to arrive. Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice
need to
and
tape
low.
up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
Be right back. You're alive.
Had her rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need a hand. Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later. This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission. Wait here a second. Commander, I found him.
Welcome to Astera.
Alright, so I'm going to read off when they don't have actual dialogue where they're reading what they're saying. I'll read off what it says so that way those of you that don't watch and actually just listen can know what they're saying. Welcome to Astera. I'm glad you made it. Somehow I knew you would, though. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't. Now, as much as I'd like to get you up to speed, I'm being pulled in about 8 different directions at once. We'll cover the important matters at council, which I'll be convening once things settle down. I expect you two to be there, of course.
Your reputations precede you.
The guild spoke highly of you individuals. Think what you can do as a team. And before I forget, your furry friend was looking for you. Poor thing washed up not too long ago. Go ahead and have a look around Astera. A horn will sound when it's time for council.
Well, off you go.
Alright.
I'll give you a grand tour. Let's start by looking for your pallet group.
Well, looks like we're going to take a look around.
They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should
That-
stop by later to see what they have.
That would be the store. We'll get to some of these other things later on. Some of it doesn't open up until later in the game.
It's this way.
Commission's 5th Fleet, right? The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago. Me? Not with any fleet. Born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world. Here's our smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
And that is an understatement.
Look at this place. Want to check it out? Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Want to get going?
The canteen? I am so there.
Here. Over here.
Sometimes there's little dialogue on the right of the screen. It goes away so fast I can't even read it for you guys, so I apologize.
This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there.
There's Ziggy.
Hey, you.
Oh, that face is just so adorable.
I knew you'd pull through.
Right. I'm calling for a council. Come on.
Yeah.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating Elder Dragon across the sea, the 5th Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros. Huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back. Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
With the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking!
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera. Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking!
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers. Don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
The Fifth Banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise. All right, dismissed.
Not even a whole day and already you got your first mission. You really are ready to get your hands dirty. Well, let's look into this Jagras problem, but you'll need a weapon first. There's a box full of equipment that you can use in your quarters. Come on, I'll show you the way. So now we're going to go to our room, which I already know where it's at. For those of you who are wondering, I usually main a switch axe or an insect glaive. However, for the purpose of this playthrough, I'm actually going to be playing with a couple of different other weapons. I'm going to be using a longsword and trying out. I'm going to start off with the longsword, and we'll go from there and see where it goes. But
Some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
I figure we'll get to that when we can. So, all right, change equipment. The 14 hunter weapons. Different weapons offer different combat experiences. Great swords hit with a devastating force, while the sword and shield allow for quick, mobile flurries. The heavy bowgun, while unwieldy, fires powerful blasts, and so on. Choose any one weapon to take it to the field. You can visit the training area after equipping a weapon by speaking to the housekeeper in your room. There, you can practice with your chosen weapon as much as you'd like. Armor sets are comprised of 5 pieces. Each piece offers some amount of defense, plus equipment skills to aid you in your hunts. You can mix and match pieces however you like to suit your playstyle. Use L2 and R2 to view your gear's stats and skills. You can save equipment loadouts to quickly switch to your favorite gear combinations. Exit the tutorial, yes. Alright, so instead of the hunter's knife, we are going to use the iron katana. And let's check out our armor here. I'm wondering if it would be better to have no resistance at all. Hunger resistance. Let's see. Skill info. Hunger resistance. Each time it extends the time until your stamina cap reaches, it decreases spell. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Master Gatherer. Speeds up gathering and prevents knockbacks while gathering. Ooh, I like that too. Origin. Whoops, I did not mean to put that on. Forager's Luck. Increases the likelihood of rare gathering points respawning. Ooh, now that would be good when you're going to gather for getting more research points and things like that. I think for now, I'm going to put... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the chainmail armor, or the vest and the chainmail belt on. And then leave the other things as leather. So that way I can get a bonus of both the hunger resistance and the both the hunger resistance or not, question mark. That's weird. I wonder if you have to have a certain amount of armor set to have them on. Well, either way, that's what we're gonna do. That way we also, if you notice, also have an increased resistance to fire and water at the same time.
Once you're ready, head to the canteen. I'll be there waiting with a quest.
You can get more familiar with your weapons at the training area. Just talk to the housekeeper to get started.
Yep. So it looks like our defense as of right now is 11, and we have 6 fire resistance and 4 water resistance. So we'll start off with that and see where we go from there. A lot of times I like to wear armor sets just because you get bonuses and stuff for having a specific set of armor on. Now that you have access to the armory and provision stockpile, grab what you need. Once you're done, go meet up with your handler in the canteen to sign up for a quest. Okay.
Sort through the research commission's leads. And the ones they deem worth our attention become quests.
Alright, so I'm actually going to go ahead and, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that yet. Okay, I can't do that yet. Can't do that yet. Alright, let's go up to the smithy and check things out up there really quick. It's the field team leader again. Oh, looks like we have somebody at the smithy that wants to talk to us. Hello, armory lady. There you go, newcomer. You look a lot more hunterly with a weapon on your back. This is the armory. We deal in ready-made weapons and armor. If you need a weapon as soon as possible and don't have time to gather the materials, we're your ticket. Well, let's see what you have for long swords. Iron katana, which is what I have on. Or we could go with the bone shoto. I know you're over at the canteen. Just hush. Okay, let's check in at the smithy. There you go. That's a fine weapon you selected. Well then right. You haven't got any materials yet. We're not magic monkeys that bang things together and suddenly gear appears. We need materials first, so go and gather some. Well, I guess we can't check out the smithy then before we go out and do our first quest. That's kind of slightly irritating, so I don't know what I'm going to be needing to upgrade my weapon yet. Muscular Chef. Aye, welcome to the canteen. The best place for you to boost your hunt. You're from the 5th, right? Well, let me clue you in to what the canteen is all about. Gains, health, stamina, whatever. Max gains. Go on and sit down over there at the counter, Scrawny, and when you're ready to take your pre-hunt on, let me know. Alright, so the canteen. Eating meals can boost stats such as stamina and health, and grant special food skills. Select the meal you wish to eat from the menu. The meal effects are shown in the center of the screen. Take a good look at each meal's effects to help you determine which one will provide the best benefits for your next hunt. Food skills have a probability of being activated. Use fresh ingredients to raise that probability. Note that meal effects are not saved. Meal effects end when any of the following happen. You complete a quest, you return from a quest or expedition, or you faint during a quest or expedition. You can eat again at camp a short time after eating a meal, about 10 minutes. Don't forget to eat again after fainting. Meal effects will carry over when starting a quest during an expedition or when switching from an expedition in one location to another. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like we really need to worry about eating something right now, so. Alright, handler, calm your giblets. Okay, partner, time to get down to business. The guild teamed us up for a reason. From now on, you're my hunter and I'm your handler. I'm the bread to your butter. Got it? The 5th Fleet's first mission is to survey the Jagrass's habitat. Then we gotta cull a certain number of them in order to secure the area. We can depart as soon as you sign up for the Jagrass of the Ancient Forest quest. You ready?
What are we waiting for?
A wild and wondrous new world is waiting for us out there. Alright, tutorial quests. Quests involve objectives such as slaying monsters. To get started on a quest, first you have to accept it. Assignments. Complete these missions to advance the story. Optional quests. These include favors for NPCs. More will become available as you meet the necessary requirements. You can take on optional quests as many times as you like. Investigations. These special quests are issued by the Resource Center and can only be taken a limited number of times. And then event quests are special quests exclusive to online play, which I'll probably be in an online session. Excuse me, so that way I can invite, friends if I need help with taking down a monster or something if I'm still struggling. Because some of these monsters are really, really difficult without having some sort of help. So, I might enlist the help of a few friends that would help me get it done. But for the most part, I will be playing by myself. Just so that I can get this Let's Play going and whatnot. Let's get started on this quest. Jagrass of the Ancient Forest. Yes. You're free to explore Astera until preparations for the quest are complete. Grab a meal at the canteen, shore up on your supplies at the provisions stockpile, get the latest gear from the smithy and armory, and then adjust your equipment and organize your items at the item box. You'll be heading out in the field in no time. Take a look at the upper left-hand corner of the screen. When the quest is ready to begin, you'll see a notification there. Once you're prepared, press the touchpad at any time to enter standby. You can go into standby pressing X at one of Astera's gates. From the party member's status menu, selecting standby for departure will have your party depart on the quest as soon as all preparations are accounted for. If you're the leader of the party, you can pressing triangle will let you depart first with other members who are on standby. Alright, so I'm already ready to go, so let's get started, get this quest going. And I'll probably do a couple more quests, just because they're pretty simple. And then I will hop off of here for the night, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be back on with another episode for you guys. And then Sunday I actually have a date night with the hubby, so probably sometime next week we might get episode 3.
This is our first job. Let's do a quick review of quest rules. Rule number 1. Complete the objective to complete the quest. Easy, right? Each quest has an objective. You can't consider the quest done until you complete that objective. Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jaggers. Let's check the map. We ran into some Jaggers on the way to base. The small monsters, remember? I think we saw them somewhere around here. Want to check it out? Rule number 2. Use the supply box. The Commission supplies us with a loadout of certain items for each quest. They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along. Ready to go.
Okay. So this is the supply box. Usually you get first aid meds, easy rations, and empty files, generally speaking. Sometimes you'll get in later quests, and depending on the monster you're fighting, sometimes you'll get null berries, sometimes you'll get cool drinks. It just really depends on what monster you're fighting and what the location is that you're in.
Want to get going?
So, alright, so L1 is our item bar to where we can access our radial dial here, and you can change your shortcuts whichever you want using your D-pad here. And then you can cycle through your items here by pressing circle or square. Or if you're like me, you can just hit the D-pad to cycle through as well. Alright. So
Ready your weapon before attacking. Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on the wildlife map for you.
get some raw meat. One of the things that I like in this game is they do have the Kelby back, they do have the Aptonos and the Apsaros back as well. And one of the things that I've noticed in this game is that in the DS versions, when you would kill a Kelby, you wouldn't actually kill it. You would knock it out and it would get the dizzy stars above its head and then lie down, and then you could carve it, and then it would get up and jump and run away. In this game, however, they actually made it to where the Kelbys die. Now what do you want me to do? Well, come on then. If I have to run with you, then why didn't you come the first time? Weirdo. Look, we're twinsies. He's actually the NPC that I get.
Honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
That I got the hairstyle from. Well, let me pick it. I'm right here, dude. Seriously?
A pack of Jagras.
pretty sure I'm okay.
They're on the run. Don't let them get away.
Well, I'm gonna carve them first.
You can use them at the smithy.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want to upgrade my material or my weapon and stuff, and get new armor. The other thing that they've done in this game is they have made it to where you no longer have to craft bug nets and pickaxes. You just have one set of each. So, and the bug nets even aren't even a thing anymore. You can actually just pick the bugs up off of the tree or the vine or whatever it is that they're currently sitting on. So that's kind of nice that they did that. Carve this jackgrass here.
The long sword is a close-range weapon designed for cutting slices. Gather your spirit and increase its power. The weapon is losing its sharpness.
Alright.
Gain some distance and use a whetstone.
Oh, I do need the whetstone. Well, maybe.
You don't want to take things like that head on.
Really? Well, you know what? Let's just... go ahead and whetstone here. Well, maybe. They'll leave me alone long enough. And then we'll carve these guys. Alright, that's it.
Your health is low. Increase your distance and use a potion.
Keep it together, okay? Okay. Grab home and pull back to the way.
Now then. I'm not so much worried about my health right now, just because once you finish a quest and you're in this like little 60-minute timer, whatever it is, your health actually does not diminish anymore. You no longer take damage. So that's why I'm not worried about, you know, healing right now and whatnot. And I'm just going around collecting materials in the time that I have and carving the rest of the monsters, so that way I can get a little extra materials out of it. Probably won't get to carve this one. We'll see. Oh, I actually did get to carve it. Oh, goodness. And a new cutscene has been added to the gallery. Awesome! These loading screens can sometimes take forever. Fine work taking down those jagrass. So there's no difference in their habitat, but their numbers are increasing. I see. It may be stating the obvious, but the jagrass aren't the only danger lurking around these parts. We've also received reports of a Kestodon herd getting out of hand. This must be all because of Zora Magdaros made landfall. It's got everything riled up. Well, it's going to be your job to quiet them down. We'd like you to investigate this Kestodon herd and cull their numbers. I'm going along. Wouldn't want you to get hurt, says the field team leader. You can now depart on quests with other players via an online session. Turn your voice chat function on now. No. Alright. You can now access the Gathering Hub.
Why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
Well then, it looks like I have joined an online session that I didn't want to join. So I'll go ahead and grab our login bonus for the day. Wonder what those are. I know what those quests are, but I wonder why they're a limited time event, like what the bonus of doing them. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't want to load. I'm not. No. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go to the crafting list. I do not want to auto-craft anything. What that does when those are checked, when you get the materials to make that item in your inventory, it can auto-craft it into that item for you. And I personally don't like doing that, just because I like to control what I make and what materials I have and so on and so forth. So, okay. Alright, so before we do anything, let's go over here and talk to the commander, who has an exclamation mark for me.
Listen up.
There's something important I need to talk to you about. This commission is special, different from your past undertakings, if I had to guess. It's not about hunting down the Elder Dragons or punishing them for the damage they cause. The commission seeks an understanding of their place in nature and ours. That's the point. The Elder Dragons are nature, and it's as futile to try and punish nature as it is to run from it. But knowing nature, now that's something we can do. We're going to face some real challenges, and the best course might not always be clear. But before you take a life or move to defend it, understand it. That's what makes you a hunter. Well, that's a fairly profound statement. Alright, so we can't talk to them just yet. It looks like the field team leader has something to tell us. Oh, that is not a field team leader, that is a squad manager. Oh, hello, Fiber. We're all ready to open our tavern in the Gathering Hub, the Celestial Pursuit. At the Gathering Hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. To find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up. See that ship atop Astera that looks like it's about to sail off into the stars? That's it. You can get up there by taking the lift. Please come visit us soon as you get the chance. We probably won't be doing the Gathering Hub until later on anyway. The Gathering Hub is more for like doing your arena quests. You can join quests out here in Astera with your friends and things like that. You don't have to be in the hub for that. The hub is mainly where you go for like the arena quests, to join arena quests. Airship engineer. So the 5th has arrived. Greetings there. I'm the airship engineer with the 2nd Fleet. I work on flying machines, airships, and what have you. I'm sure you're curious about why you haven't met a member of the 3rd yet. That's because they've all been stranded for years. It wasn't long after the scholars from the 3rd landed before they insisted upon crossing the Great Ravine. So they got their ship converted to an airship and off they went. It was going well until just after they'd crossed the ravine. A flying monster attacked their airship and grounded them. Sure, they were reckless to go, but seeing as I'm the man who put them in the air, I can't help but feel partly responsible for it all. Ever since then, I've been working on making a better airship, one that we could use to go rescue them. But between the New World's nasty weather, the strong winds hurtling down the ravine, it's been one failure after another. Still, you won't catch me calling it quits. Well then. Alright, let's go over here. Second Fleet Master. Aha, look who's back with materials. Step right up and welcome to the smithy. You'll be needing my services a lot. What I do for you is simple. Whenever you go out into the field and gather materials, I turn those materials into weapons and armor. Drop by whenever you find something new and interesting. Here, I'll give you some materials as a welcome present. You can use them to upgrade your equipment. Wait a minute. We tried to talk to you earlier and you were going to give us materials from the get-go? What an ass. How dare you? You couldn't do this beforehand? Really? Really? Okay, anyway, tutorial, the smithy. You can use monster materials and ore to forge and upgrade equipment at the smithy. Give the materials you earn as quest rewards or carve from monsters to the smithy to create new equipment for taking on even tougher monsters. Alrighty. Upgrade equipment. Alright. So we're going to do that. Actually, I'm going to sort this as equipped. Alright. Upgrading weapons. First, select the weapon you want to upgrade. You can use materials to upgrade the different weapons with a variety of improved stats. If you want more base weapons to enhance, you can create more by selecting forge equipment at the smithy or by purchasing them at the armory. Upgraded weapons can also be downgraded. The materials used to upgrade the weapon will be returned to you. Select a weapon from with the cursor and press triangle to add it to your wish list. Once you acquire all the necessary materials to create the wish listed item, you'll receive a message. You can add weapons and armor to your wish list from the Forge equipment screen. Okie dokie then. Well, we are... Oh my goodness, this tree is so incomplete. But that's okay. This is where we're at level-wise, starting out. This is all we can make and what we can discover. So, first things first, let's look about upgrading our iron katana. Okay, so we can upgrade it, so we'll do that. I'm gonna skip that because it's just a little mini thing. It's not worth seeing in my opinion. Okay, so to upgrade it again, we need 2 bakelite ore, which we have. We need 5 iron ore, which we have 2 of, and then we have a material we don't know yet what it is. I'm assuming it's some type of ore. And then we have this, which is from a monster. My guess is it's probably going to be Jagras, but I don't know. We'll see. Then you have the bone shotl that we can make and then upgrade. And what's the difference here? 330 with not that great sharpness. So we have better sharpness with our iron katana, but our bone shotl does more damage. Well, let's go ahead and make it and upgrade it, and then we'll go from there. New weapons and armor can be created by selecting Forge equipment. Most weapons, however, can't be created via forging equipment. Instead, you have to make a base weapon first and then upgrade it to a more powerful weapon via upgrade equipment. All armor can be created via forge equipment. Equipment skills are helpful skills that remain active as long as you have the pieces of equipment equipped. Each armor piece has its own skill. Be sure to keep an eye on the skills when forging and upgrading your gear. If multiple pieces of gear share a skill, the skill's level will be the sum of each piece's skill level. Equip sets of gear with the same skills to power up those skills' effects. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and make our bone shotl. I'll let this one play, that way you guys can see it really quick. I didn't even think about it. It was an automatic reaction when I did it earlier, so I apologize. That's pretty much it. It's nothing spectacular. We'll go ahead and equip our bone shotl and then upgrade it here in a minute. But I want to look into the armor set and see what we have here. And see, we already have the leather and the chainmail. Now, you can go through and look at each individual piece, and you can actually hit, like, say, so I have the leather trousers equipped right now. If I go down here to chainmail, I can hit square and actually preview what it would look like on me. If I wanted to preview a whole set, so like say I wanted to find out about this hunter's armor set, I wanted to know what it looks like. Well, instead of highlighting each piece and previewing it individually, I can just take my cursor over here to the left and then press square, and it'll preview the entire hunter set. Same thing with the bone. You can do the same thing. You can look at it, and it also tells you, if you look here in the middle panel, it'll tell you what you have on, what its stats are. So like, for instance, the bone has a total defense of 30, total fire defense, and this is you know, equipping every single piece, what you'll get. And then you have set bonus skills that you'll get for having so many pieces of armor on. And then you also have your third panel that shows the status, that shows, you know, if you were to equip this, what it would change your defense to, and so on and so forth. And then to stop previewing it, you just, again, press square. So as of right now, we have an attack of 297. If I were to make the bone armor set, you know, and then equip it all, then I would upgrade my attack to 307, and my defense would go from 11 to 31. So it's just one of those things you have to you have to decide what you're going to make, when you're gonna make it, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna pan over here, get this, and then upgrade it really quick to the bone shoulder too. And then let's look at our options here. So we're still missing a bone, it looks like, for the next upgrade for, I'm assuming Bone Shotel 3 is what they'll call it. And then we have this one here, which we don't know anything about. And this one, which we don't know any about. I know what those are just because I know what their element types are. I know that what monster that comes from, but I'm not going to spoil that. I mean, if you guys are watching and you haven't seen any Monster Hunter stuff, I'm not going to tell you anything about new monsters. I'm going to let you see those yourself. So, because I think that's appropriate. I don't want to spoil anything. Also down here you have your Forge Palico equipment, which is the standard equipment here, and we have leather, bone, and alloy. And I honestly like the bone set. I think it's adorable. As far as what they have. I apologize, my dogs are barking or trying to bark. It sounds like someone's outside. So, and again, it's the same thing with the previewing of armor sets and things like that. And again, it tells you what their status is. Will be. So like if we were to make the bone armor for him, you know, it would up its defense, and it changes the attack type from severing to blunt and things like that. So that's just stuff that you watch, you know, later on down the road. We'll probably end up making bone armor for him and getting him equipped with that before we head out. Oh, it looks like we can't just yet because we don't have the research points to make it. The Palico armor sets require research points, and you get research points by going and doing quests and collecting specific items, rare items, and things like that. Oh, looks like someone sent me a guild card. We'll go ahead and receive that. Alright. Come down here and see if there's anybody else that wants to talk to us before we head up to the canteen. Because I think there's one other person that wants... Yep, there's one other person that wants to talk to us. A hunter from the 5th, are you? Then you must have finished your first quest. This is the ecological research headed up by yours truly. Tell me, did you find any monster data out there? Tracks, gashes, that sort of thing? Data tells a story about the monsters, an elaborate and interesting one at that. Your job in the field is to track the monsters, collect data, and advance the study. Our job is to take that data, analyze it, and compile our findings for the commission. What we learn helps you out in the field, too. So you see, we need each other. Drop by here anytime and I'll show you what we're working on. So this is the other thing that helps you gain points too, is by discovering monster tracks and things left behind by monsters, you get points. And it also ups your research level on them, so you get benefits. Like, for instance, it'll show you the monster's position on the map, or it will track the monster more easily, different things like that. Alright, tutorial, ecological research. Ecological research is a facility that studies monsters. Their studies can help you with your hunts and investigations. Gathering monster tracks and the like will earn you research points. Collect enough and your research level will go up, giving you access to new features and intel that will make your hunts easier. You can also consult the monster field guide to view monster info, such as habitat, weaknesses, and materials that can be carved. Research levels do not increase automatically. When you see reports of the ecological research team on the results screen, be sure to pay them a visit. In the research level menu item, you'll also find your scout flies level, which determines their abilities. The higher the scout flies level, the sooner your scout flies will pick up the next set of monster tracks. So it's just basically it's there to help you track the monster, and it helps you advance in the story as well. Your monster field guide you can actually access through your options in the actual hunt. The first thing that these are the monsters that we've already run into. That big monster that we were climbing on that had the lava and everything, that was Zora Magdaros, and he's an elder dragon. And this whole story starts that, you know, you're following him from the old world to the new world to find out what's going on and why elder dragons are making the pilgrimage to the new world. What's bringing them here? What's going on that, you know, causes them to migrate from one land to another across the great ocean? You know, so that's what we're here to discover. And then this is the Anjanath. This is the monster that actually attacked the Great Jagras, which is the monster that attacked the Handler, and is the bigger monster to the monsters we just killed. So we've already seen 3 monsters, and we've only done 1 quest. So, talk about a lot of information. And these are the Jagras that we just killed, and I did kill an Aptonoth earlier. So, there's information in here about that. And look, it even tells you that your low-rank materials for him is raw meat. And you can get low-rank materials from the Jagras, and it's Jagras hide, Jagras scale, and a sharp claw. And it's very helpful to when you're grinding out materials to make sure you look back on this field guide, and you can look at it by hitting your options button and then going over to info, hunter's notes, and you can pull out your monster field guide. And this can be done in hunts as well. And then you can also look at your weapon controls for each different weapon and useful combos. And then you know, sometimes there's 2 pages depending on what weapon it is. And then we have our map, which is what it opens up to. So, let's see. Let's see. I'll probably have my friend invite this character to a squad and then use the squad session. Because I'm not in a squad at the moment. Oh, I can't use the quest board yet. Okay. Alright, so manage items. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. I'm going to keep the rations for now, but I'm going to store the raw meat. I don't need the empty files. I am going to rearrange a little bit because I want these up here. And then, whoops, wrong button. I'm still getting used to these. And I'm not gonna worry about these. The ammo and coatings I'm not gonna worry about just yet. Okay, so we've got our equipment. We've got everything we need, so now we can go on our second quest. And let's go kill us some Kestodons this time, which is a new monster we haven't encountered yet. I don't think we've even seen him in the little tutorial. So this will be neat.
Hey there, partner.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even reading this. I apologize. I'll read it the next time. She has this little dialogue.
Quests from the quest board, too.
Basically, all she's doing is she's
The same quest that I got. So don't worry about having to check 2 places.
basically she's just saying that you can use the quest board instead of talking to her, which is why I was like, why I can't use the quest board. So I forgot you have to talk to her. I don't remember exactly what her dialogue is, and I apologize. I kind of skipped through that. I hope you guys were able to read it. If not, you guys can rewind it and pause it and read it. And I apologize for not reading it out. I wasn't even thinking. It's a habit because I've been playing for so long. So, alright. So, we are getting ready to go. Let's head to the ancient forest to research those Kestodon. We are going to go on Kestodon Kerfuffle. Oh, there's also 4 categories here of quests. Your assigned quests are your story quests. Your optional quests are different quests that you can do. I'll pull it up here. You unlock more as you go along. But this one is a Thicket of Thugs, and basically what it is that it's basically the same quest that we just did, the assigned quest. And so because you can't repeat an assigned quest. Once you do an assigned quest, you cannot repeat completed assignments. So what they do is they give it to you in an optional quest, and then you can go back and redo them as you see fit. So, but they're also under a different name. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then you have, once you get going later on, as you pick up like animal tracks and monster tracks, and you go and you carve monsters, the more you kill monsters, the more hunts you do, you get more and more investigations, and investigations are a great way to farm for materials. Excuse me. They tend to drop you better. They have slots to drop you extra materials as a reward for the quest. It's random materials. Sometimes it can be a very rare material too. So there's bonuses to doing it, especially if you're grinding out. And then your event quests are quests that are done in a certain amount of time. These specific quests here, I think, are available until March 1st. And obviously I can't access any of them right now. We're still too low of a level to do that. And as you can see, these are outlined in purple, and we'll get to that later on in the story, but these are what are called tempered monsters. And we'll get to that later on. That's more end game content, and it's probably something that, you're going to see it in the event quest, and if you haven't played the game, you're not going to know about it. But these are called tempered monsters, and there's low rank and high rank, and then there's tempered monsters. So these guys are way out of our league right now. As you can see, you have to be hunter rank 30 or higher, and I think we're still hunter rank 1, if we are even hunter rank 1. So yeah, that's a little bit about the quests and whatnot. It does show you where your location is. It shows that this one is in the ancient forest. It tells you your conditions, as far as to take the quest, and then failure conditions, which means like what will cause you to fail the quest. So for us this time, it's time expires, or we basically die 3 times. It's called fainting. When you faint, you get sent back to the camp, and you lose any of your meals, any buffs that you had, things like that. You just start over from scratch. It tells you what other monsters are in there. It gives you a little synopsis from the person that posted the quest. And so yeah, so let's get started on this quest, shall we? Oh, lucky vouchers. It's doing another tutorial. When lucky vouchers are used when posting a quest, you'll receive bonus rewards upon completing the quest. Be sure to use the vouchers whenever you have the chance. Random crest rewards are guaranteed to drop. Reward money is doubled. Note, lucky vouchers are obtained via login bonuses. One voucher is delivered each day, and you can claim up to 5 days worth 5 vouchers at once. Also note that you can only carry a maximum of 5 lucky vouchers at a time. So if you don't log in for a few days, you'll still get your vouchers up until, you hit 5 days. So you want to make sure you log in at least once every 5 days, I'd say. If you don't want to play this game the entire time. So we'll go ahead and use a lucky voucher. That way we can get some extra materials and some extra zenny, which is our money in this game. It's called zenny. And I'm not going to worry about eating a meal because we're not going and fighting a big monster. We're just going to fight some little piddly ones, so we really don't need to worry about a meal with buffs yet. At least not yet. And then I think after we get done with this specific quest, I think we may call this episode done for today, and then we will come back tomorrow, and depending on what the quest is afterwards. If it's the Great Jagras quest, then I'll do one more. But we've been doing pretty well so far, and I think this has been running for quite some time, so...
Okay, our job is to call a certain number of Kestodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going?
Alright, so we are going to hit the supply box here and grab all of the materials that we need. And I did go ahead and pick up those empty files because later on down the road I might do some bow hunts, using the bow, and I'll need those to be able to craft ammo and coatings and things like that. So for this quest, we have to slay the required number of Kestodon, and it looks like we have to slay 3 male Kestodon and 5 female Kestodon. Now, there is a way to tell the difference. Not only do they...
There we are. Those, my friend, are Kestodon. Let's see you take them out on your own.
There is a way to tell the difference between a male...
Careful.
The male, as you see, he just stood up. He has a big head plate on him, and it's quite noticeable. The females, as you can see, they don't have that big plate. He almost kind of reminds me. It almost reminds me of the Triceratops head plate. I'm not even sure what you would call it. But that's what that reminds me of. And that's how you can tell the difference between a male and a female. They do have them labeled when you go to carve them. It'll say Kestodon male, Kestodon female. Use my spirit blade. Oh, he knocked me out of it. Well, that was nice. Killed 3 at once. See, it says Kestodon male for him. Now, the Kestodon males can be carved twice. The females can only be carved once. So, just... Just as... Oh, that's another thing. The endemic life that he's talking about, it's like the birds that just flew away. Those are revoltures, I think is what they're called. But you can actually capture them. You equip this capture net into your slinger, and then you can... I don't think I'll be able to do this, but these birds here, they're called blissbills. Usually they fly away as soon as you get to them. But you can throw a capture net out and try and capture them, and you can actually capture fish in it as well, without doing your fishing rod. The fishing rod's the same thing. You just press square to use it, and it'll pop up with this little line here. And then you press circle to cast it, circle to reel it in once the bobber goes down. And sometimes there are additional inputs. You just have to watch out for that. But that's how you use your fishing rod. Let's see if we can't find some more Kestodon here. My spirit gauge is draining. I'm on my way. There he is. Look, there's some more Kestodon.
Be careful.
Oh no, you knocked me off. Looks like we're gonna have to whetstone here soon. We got 2 males this time. Alright. Got the next charge here. Now, the next move that I'm going to do, is called a helm splitter, I believe. And I have to land this hit, it'll launch me up, and then as I come down, I can slice and do a whole lot of damage. I think that's called helm splitter. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and carve these guys. I still do have 2 more females to kill. Oh, it looks like we picked up some torch pod, which is some slinger ammo that you automatically, when you pick it up, put in your slinger, and you can use your slinger to damage the monsters. And this basically just does fire damage. Right. And there's that. Okay. We'll just sit here and throw some torch pods at him. Knock or her.
That just about wraps up our work here. Right. Hey, come here. I think I found something.
Oh no. I don't like the sound of that. Alright, where are you at? You're over here.
Here.
Oh, he found a great Jagras print.
Look at those Kestodon. Something's up with them.
And that is a great Jagras.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Partner, new assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras. If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Well, we might as well kill it while we're here.
If you need to call your friends for help, go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, you need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
Okay, now we have enough that we can actually track the monster. We're just gonna go ahead and kill it while we're here. Oh, before I go any further, I might want a whetstone. We'll see if we can't kill this monster before we go back. Pick up some of these nitro shrooms. Alright, go this way. If you guys would like me to actually do some more hunting on my...
We've tracked the Great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it. You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
I don't usually use that. But if you guys would like to see me do some more hunting on my other character where I have it leveled and I'm higher level, let me know and I can do that. I have no problem doing that. I just figured I'd go ahead and... Oh, we mounted.
Now's your chance to topple it.
Just let me know what you guys would like to see. Spirit Storm, huh?
Okay,
Alright, knocked it down.
now's your chance to get in there and tear it up.
I'm gonna use Spirit Blade. Oh, he's running.
When monsters are running away, use the scout flies as a guide and they'll lead you right to them.
Where do you think you're going, buddy? Oh. Jagras, get out of my way. Go ahead and mine this really quick while we're down here. Up my charge again. Just so you guys know, the way that I use this blade, that attack that I'm doing where I sheath my sword, when I hit the last combo there, what it does is it ups...
You don't want to take hits like that head on.
It ups my, my spirit gauge. And once my spirit gauge is at a high enough level, I can start doing Helm Splitter. I mean, I can do it anytime I have an outline there. But it's a lot better if you charge up your spirit gauge because
Monster's tired. Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
the higher your spirit gauge, the higher your base damage. So it's better to have the red outline, you know, before you start doing and it'll get rid of one colored outline at a time every time you do Helm Splitter. So in case anybody was wondering what I was doing specifically for this weapon. Alright, looks like we broke his head.
Oh boy, that monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Oh, he moved. I missed my Helm Splitter. That saddens me. Alright. Stood back up here. Drink a potion. Or, well, a first aid med. Whetstone. That way we can start doing some more damage again. Please don't vomit on me. That would be wonderful if you wouldn't. I missed again. Sad face. Looks like we got some piercing pods this time.
Use that as slinger ammo. Great for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction.
Ooh, we knocked him over with it.
Powerful type of slinger ammo. That's able to be used for big shell monsters.
Grab that material there. Alright, now we have red outline. And we have the monster limping.
Monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to
More
its nest.
piercing pawns. Oops. Wrong button. Grab that herb so we can make some more potions. Grab the honey so that we can make some mega potions. Not that I need the mega potions right now. I'll probably wait to make those. Okay. Alright, so he's going to sleep. We've got all these Jagras attacking us. I'm going to actually smack him and this flashfly at the same time. Well, how about that? Looks like we only needed one more hit on the monster to kill it. So now we can just carve it and then we'll be headed back to Astera. And then we can just go around, collect materials, kill some of the smaller monsters while we're waiting for our countdown here. Oh, I didn't get to carve that last one. Quest complete.
I think we got a lead.
Maybe. Let's check it out. Hey. Well, you were right. There's our mark. Something's got him agitated. Look over there. What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
I don't know about you guys, but that looks like a Zora Magdaros egg. Which makes me all the more worried. Alright. Looks like we got plenty of materials from that. We might be able to actually make a couple of armor pieces or at least a decent weapon. Hey, look at that. It looks like we've earned the right to take on 2-star assignments now.
see.
So you think you found something that'll lead us to Zora Magdaros? Well, I'd send some researchers out right now, but not with a pissed off Pookie Pookie hanging around. Pookie Pookie territory, that's pretty deep in the forest. We'll be better equipped to take it on. Once our team from the resource center is done rebuilding the forest camp, and once it's ready, we make our move. Until then, we do everything we can to help them get that camp up and running. Let's get to it.
Once the camp is set up, we can go after that Puke Puke.
Oh, Pookie Pookie.
Wonder where the resource center is.
Alright, so we know that we have to go talk to the ecological research team, so let's go do that. I have not been reading the dialogue. Again, I apologize. I've been placing bets with the others that you're a hunter who's going to bring back the goods. Don't let me down. So, what is it? And some of this dialogue is kind of repetitive, so I might end up skipping, like the first couple of episodes, I'll probably read some of the dialogue, but some of it's kind of repetitive. He says the same thing each time, so on and so forth. So, alright, so we registered that, and looks like we gotta go talk to these people. Well, Fiverr, is it true you're going to help us rebuild the camp? That is excellent news. I hope you're as good as they say you are. Well, if so, we'll have plenty of work for you. After all, the Commission studies lots of things, not just the Elder Dragon you came here with. Maintaining and improving the base is a full plate of tasks in and of itself. Can't study anything without a proper HQ, after all. The Resource Center here is in charge of divvying up the work and making sure it gets done. So, back to business. Your job is to establish a camp. Go on an expedition into the ancient forests and find a viable campsite and make sure it's safe. If any monsters have decided to do any camping in your spot, you'll need to chase them off. Got it? The bounty is for establishing the camp. Alright, so we have a new critical bounty available. We have to rebuild the ancient forest camp. But we will do that on the next episode. Oh, there's another tutorial. The Resource Center. The Resource Center oversees researcher requests and manages the resources required for their investigations. To do bounties, you need to register beforehand, whereas delivery requests can be completed just by handing in items. When you unlock investigations during quests and expeditions, check in with the Resource Center to make them available as special quests. You can view Resource Center information at any time from the start menu under Resource Center. Okay, so let's go register some bounties. Bounties are missions you complete over the course of your quests and expeditions. First, check the critical bounties. Then pick a registered bounty. You can take on multiple bounties at once. Most bounties will reward you with armor spheres and research points. Once you've completed the bounty, drop by the Resource Center to collect your reward. Registered bounties, you can select up to 6 of these from the list to accept. The list is updated when you return from a quest or expedition, so check back frequently. Critical bounties. These bounties unlock new facilities or upgrade existing ones and are accepted automatically. They can be completed in parallel with your registered bounties and with one another. Limited bounties. These quests are offered periodically to online users around the world and are available for a limited time only. When the next limited bounty is released, it will overwrite the previous one. If you want to complete them all, be sure to keep an eye on the expiry date. Alright, so we can register these, which are really easy. The green ones are mostly field research stuff, which is going out and just collecting items. Then you have your red ones that are basically killing monsters. You'll have small monster killings. You'll have, like, later in the game you get, kill a certain amount of high rank monsters, kill, large wyverns, kill fanged wyverns, just different things. So there's that. So now that we've got that set up and I don't have to worry about that, the next thing that we need to do is go on an expedition. But we're going to talk to everybody first, and then we will go on our expedition the next time on the next episode. Smart biologists. When investigating large monsters, you can either slay or capture them. Naturally, both have their scientific merits, but frankly, well, it would be better for our long-term research to receive a live specimen that we can later return to the wild. If you capture your quarry alive,
Just by heading out through the gate.
you will be commended for it and receive greater rewards. Commission rules.
Good luck.
How about it? Capture your targets instead of slaying them, and you'll be making a great contribution to our efforts here. So he wants us to be able to capture monsters, which I'll get into that. But to do that, we have to have certain materials to make traps and things like that. And I don't have the Zenny to be able to do that just yet. So, alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to talk to the Meowscular Chef and see what he has to say. And then we're going to go over to the smithy, and then we will end it there. And then the next time, when we come back, we'll go on that expedition and start a new camp. Oh, I don't know why I did that. And get our new camp up and running, and then go hunt us a Puke. You interested in bulking up the canteen with more ingredients? Now that's what I'm talking about. Take care of the quest Fungal Flexin in the Ancient Forest, and that menu will be more packed than a great Jagrass's belly. Finish that one up, and I'll be able to get my paws on the goods. Don't let me down. So basically what it is that he just gave us what's called an optional quest, and we'll go in and basically you would go on this quest and do the assigned objective to it, and then it adds the ingredient, which I may or may not do these on the playthrough. So we'll see, just as it progresses, and see what happens there. So let's go check out the smithy and see if there's any upgrading and whatnot that we can do. The first has a Wyverian hunter. He's a mysterious fellow, to say the least, and imposing at that. Even someone as tough looking as me gets a little nervous when he approaches. So what are we having together this time? Alright, so let's go to upgrade equipment and look at our weapons here. Okay, it doesn't look like we've unlocked anything yet that we could upgrade weapon-wise. Still not sure what that ore is for that next upgrade for that one. So, let's go look at armor. Okay, so it looks like we've unlocked Kestodon armor, which the only thing for Kestodon is the gloves, which I probably won't use that personally. What I'm more interested in is the Jagrass armor, and this is gonna be the best armor that I can get right now. And I kind of want to get it before we go and face off against Puke. But as you can see, it really, it ups my physical defense, but it takes my fire defense to a -10, whereas before I was at a +6. So, yes, I up my physical defense, which is great, but I don't up my resistances. You know what? I might actually, instead of getting the Jagrass armor, I might get the bone armor instead, because there's a lot of negative resistances there, and I'm only losing out on 10 defense here. So let's go ahead and make the bone armor. So we'll make that and skip that, and at least put the greaves, or get the vest and the coil, or whatever it is that they call it, for sure. Those are your two pieces that, generally speaking, do most of your protection. Let's see if we can get the whole set here. I might actually be able to get the whole set this time around. That'll be nice. Well, how about that? So it looks like we can get the whole armor set for the bone greaves. Now, one thing too, I'm probably not going to do it in this playthrough just because I want you guys to be able to see the armor sets. But in my other playthrough, if you notice, I actually have it set to where her helmet is hidden. So I have the helmet on, but you see her face. Which you can also, there's two different options. You can either hide it completely, or you can hide it only in cutscenes, which I'm probably going to do hide in cutscenes only. So that way in the cutscenes you can see my face, but throughout the game you can see the actual armor on me. So, alright, well, that concludes episode 1. On the next episode, we will start our investigation, get our camp going, and then after that, go hunt us a Puke Puke. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope you had a good time in our starting our adventure on this wonderful, wonderful, I guess it's an island technically because it's surrounded by water. But yeah, so I guess I will see all of you in the next episode of Monster Hunter World. So thanks for joining me, and see you next time.